Network.
In our health spotlight, Alzheimer's disease, many think of it as the time when people have memory complaints and dementia. And whether you're protected, though, from it may come down to just one gene. News 8's Lena Pringle has the story.
More than 6.7 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease. Memory loss is often the first sign of it, but decades before people begin to fade away, their brain starts to show signs of changes. A breakthrough research looks at how one gene may be the key to an early diagnosis.
What are you, crazy? Yes!
Actor Chris Hemsworth is known in the movies as the indestructible Thor. But in real life, even the strongest can be struck down by debilitating diseases.
You have 2 copies of ApoE4.
And what does that mean exactly?
That means you have an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease.
Researchers believe the ApoE gene is important in laying down myelin, which is a protein that insulates neurons in the brain.
If you happen to be lucky and get an E2 form of it, you have slightly protection against Alzheimer's disease. And if you have this one that's an E4 polymorphism, your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease goes up about 4-fold if you have 1 copy and about 12-fold if you have 2 copies of this gene.
Researchers want to know what it is about this gene that's leading to an elevated risk.
The first domino that falls is this protein called amyloid begins building up in the brain. And this is a slow progression.
You can see the progression of plaque over a decade.
What you can see is the amyloid has built up even more, and now this person is actually mildly demented. They're at that earliest stage of dementia.
And by learning why some people are protected and some aren't, could lead to new treatments to stop the progression of this disease before any signs or symptoms appear. The research also shows there's a difference between men and women when it comes to how the ApoE gene impacts them. For men, an ApoE3 gene and an ApoE4 gene didn't have a huge effect on their symptoms, while in women, it did. That may be the reason researchers believe men seem to show signs sooner, and although women's symptoms may appear later, their symptoms seem to strike stronger, with women declining faster. I'm Lena Pringle for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.